This is
Students,
so
settle down.
boring.
Settle down.
Boring. I'm tired of all the
Settle down.
humans.
I know you're all antsy to get down to earth to start your infiltration, but you still have so much to learn. We can't have another incident of mistaking human customs for animal house companion customs and go around sniffing the wrong body parts. So please open your textbooks.
Okay.
That was so funny.
We're going to chapter 7, please. Functional streak of neurotransmitters, or F.U.N. for short.
I totally failed that last semester.
F.U.N. is hard.
The worst. Look how much time humans spend doing things like watching people move a sphere up and down a field. Yay! Good job, you moved a sphere.
To their credit, the spheres come in a range of sizes, and they sometimes limit themselves to using only their lower extremities or hitting a bouncy and fast-moving sphere with what seems to be a flattened and stretched sphere called a racket.
Oh, settle down. I know this concept is pretty human to us. Why they enjoy jumping into vats of liquids or pretending to be people they're not, or dressing up in ridiculous clothing. It's beyond me, but we have to try to understand if we are all to blend in. Zarla, can you please read from the start of chapter 7?
Humans engage in a range of activities that cause their mushy head sponges called brains to release chemicals that make them feel good. Some humans engage in a series of rhythmic spasms, sometimes the orbit of a partner, a set of mechanical waves or sound energy, but they call this dancing. I watched this documentary where humans spent all night dancing with flashing lights, and they got all sweaty and dehydrated, and they were jumping all over the place, making their skin all jiggly. Why? Their planet is literally burning up with all the carbon they are putting into the atmosphere, and how are they responding? By accomplishing nothing. I don't know what to tell you, teacher. Most of the infants make better decisions than the adult humans.
It's a good question, Zila. Does anyone have an answer for that? Why do humans have F.U.N?
Well, when I was conducting my routine surveillance of a group of humans, I watched a group play a board game. I think that's what they call it. They sat at the table, moving tiny animals around the board, exchanging colored paper and yelling at each other. They made those adorable faces, you know, the ones where their eyebrows turn in and their cute little foreheads get wrinkly. And they turn all red, and they turn up the volume of their voice boxes. What's that called again? I can't remember. Oh yeah, anger. One of them even flipped the board over and stormed out of the room, calling the other people cheater pumpkin eaters. It was hilarious. I can only conclude that the activities like this are used to provoke an enemy into acting without thinking, allowing you to strike and conquer without much resistance.
That group you watched was actually a family, and they were not sizing each other up for an attack, but rather they were cementing their bonds of connection and affection.
I am unconvinced by your explanation.
Teacher, I have a question. So I witnessed a group of tiny humans playing together in the most strange way. So they were pretending to be these magical creatures, I think, and but as they were doing that, like, they were so in it. They just forgot who they were, and they stopped talking to each other. They even used different voices. It was very strange, and whole bunches of time went by, and they didn't seem to even feel the pain of hunger or thirst or anything. They just stayed in that alternate reality.
I think what you were observing is what we would call imaginary play in a flow state. It's one of the deepest forms of human play. It's where they enter into a state where they detach their awareness from earthly things. They become completely unself-conscious about how they look, how they act. They don't care about others' perceptions. They are lost in their imaginary activity, and time seems to bend. Less common in older humans. Older humans seem to lose this ability to achieve this imaginary flow state.
Does that mean that older humans can't do it? Is it
No.
they lose their organ for it?
No, but it is an organ that they have to continue to exercise and continue to enhance and develop this capacity.
Alien teacher, I have a question. So I saw something once where there were some people in that state, the flowing state, the playing state, and then there were other people watching those people in the playing state. They were just sitting and looking, and they were very still. And those watching people didn't move for a long time. And I got very concerned about them. What was going on, and should we intervene?
Oh, no. This is a very common human phenomenon of F.U.N. that is achieved by observing other people at human play.
So it's also fun to watch other people funning?
Absolutely.
I think I'm short circuiting. May I be excused?
Yes, please.
I'm better now.
So let me get this straight. Humans will go and just watch other humans funning, and they don't even need to fund themselves.
It's fun to watch the funning of other funners. That's what she said, Orlap.
Indeed.
I'm sorry.
I know it's really very difficult to comprehend, but it is true.
Raise hand emoji. I have one more question. Is it bad for you? Are those humans going to die sooner because they're funning?
Actually, quite on the contrary, funning seems to contribute to the greater health and well-being of humans.
So why do the wise elders fun less?
Very good question. Some elder humans can experience a great deal of funning.
I remember. Okay, I remember I did this one, the reading about safety. You think up some ideas of what makes you feel a certain way. I think, am I right, teacher?
In our observations of humans, we have documented that they seem to create a set of agreements, or sometimes called covenants, or sometimes called rules or boundaries. The humans have a trust that these will not be exceeded. This actually increases the ability for F.U.N. because, as you mentioned, there is a feeling of trust and safety.
Zigbarb and I were observing the humans on the monitor, and we observed some of them went up into some sort of levitating machine, and they chose to leap out of it on purpose. Surely this cannot be safety, but still it looked to be F.U.N. What happened?
Some humans, not all, seem to achieve a very heightened state of fun and excitement by putting themselves into risky bodily situations.
And this also makes their life go longer?
Not in all cases.
Could I try as a class, like for extra credit, to do F.U.N? Could I do that? Like now, do you think maybe we could F.U.N?
How?
Well, we need rules, and we need risk safety. Let's just do it.
Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha.
Teacher, there's something coming on the radio. I don't know what it is.
This is an example of human music that incites feelings of fun and playfulness.
I feel rhythmic spasms coming on.
Yes, humans who move their bodies rhythmically through these sounds, and they experience fun. Maybe we could try it. Kind of like an embodied exercise, which would help us to more greatly relate to human fun. Give it a try.